Hey there, good morning. I'm Councillor Glen, and today is Saturday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Look, I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt there. I'm along the Trans-Canada Trail near Stittsville Main Street, and I came here today because today is my annual Jane's Walk on Stittsville Main Street. Now, what is a Jane's Walk? Jane's Walk commemorates the life and the work of Jane Jacobs, who was born May 4th, 2016, and there are about 45 walks happening all over Ottawa this weekend and all around the world, really, to commemorate some of her ideas, to discuss and to talk about some of her ideas around healthy communities and walkability and urbanism and street design and so on. So that's what Jane's Walk is. Now, the one here on Stittsville Main Street, the registration is full. So thank you to everybody who registered. That's amazing. We are going to do, though, a roundtable discussion afterwards from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Equator, just across the street. That is free and no registration is required. So if you want to come out and talk about Stittsville Main Street and urbanism and planning and everything, come on out, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Equator. I hope to see you there. I have lots of updates, and I wanted to start today with the federal government announcement around hybrid work going to 3 days from 2 days starting in September, and I had three things I wanted to mention. Number one, I know that the Premier and even the Mayor have said things about hybrid work in recent months. I don't think they have much of a sway with the federal government and Treasury Board. I think they're obviously within their right to opine and share their thoughts, but I really don't think their words are swaying the federal government. That's between the Treasury Board and the unions and so on. Second thing, I keep hearing this idea that, oh, they're going back into the office 3 days because OC Transpo wants it to save the budget. That's not how OC Transpo is doing its budgeting. Nobody at the city or OC Transpo is somehow forcing or even lobbying for return to work as some way to save OC Transpo's budget. That's not a very logical or even sustainable way to plan for OC Transpo's revenue or ridership. OC Transpo has been and is continuing to adapt to what the ridership needs are right now. And if federal public servants are coming back in greater numbers into the office in September, that service will adapt. But we're seeing different demand in different areas, different neighborhoods, communities, retail, employment areas of the city, and that's how OC Transpo is adapting to ridership. The third thing is just about local economies and everything. I think it's great that we have more people who are working in Stittsville, in our neighborhood here. It's actually a Jane Jacobs idea that the healthiest communities are communities where we have a lot of diversity of uses. People living, people working, people playing. So the more diversity we have in employment options across the entire city, the better city we're going to have economically, socially, all sorts of reasons. And that, here's a great segue, is exactly some of the goals, the driving force behind the city's new zoning bylaw update stemming from the official plan, something that we tabled at Planning Committee on Monday. Now this is the kickoff to 18 months of conversation and consultation and engagement with residents on the new zoning bylaw. There's a lot in there. It's a pretty dense document. We're going to be getting some more maps and so on later on this month. And we're going to be doing a lot of engagement, some community information sessions, some information on my website. If there's any topics in particular that you're interested about, maybe you've heard a bit about the plan so far, let me know, and be happy to focus in on those in a future video or something on my website. So lots to come on that. And related, there's information on my website about the new zoning bylaw. If you go to my website at glengower.ca, I posted it about a week and a half ago, so it's probably towards the bottom of the homepage. But there's also new information this week I shared about high-rise buildings and fire safety, because this has come up with the recent building proposals that we've had along Hazeldean Road. So the fire chief has provided some information about high-rise fire safety if you're interested in that topic. The other thing this week, I should have mentioned this off the top maybe, there's a new name for Stittsville's public high school, which is opening in September. The new name is Maplewood High School, which was approved by the school board earlier this week. Maplewood High School in Stittsville. Some upcoming events and activities in our community. We're hosting on June 13th a councillor chat with Ottawa Police on community safety and policing. So if you have any concerns about community police, whether it's around car thefts, whether it's around traffic, whether it's around crime, anything that has to do with police and community safety, invite you out to this councillor chat on June 13th. There's registration open now on my website. We just ask you to register so we can plan for numbers, so that's online. June 9th is our annual family bike ride here in Stittsville. We will be heading up and down the Trans-Canada Trail, so you can register for that on my website. And our Welcome to Stittsville Multicultural Festival is coming up on June 15th. And we do have room still for multicultural groups who want to participate with a performance, with some fashion, with some food, or even just a simple display. Maybe your family wants to come out and bring a map and a flag from your country and share a little bit about where you're from and some of your traditions and customs and so on. We'd love to have you participate at our festival on June 15th. Contact me for more information. Another big thing we were focused on this week at City Hall was around dogs and aggressive dogs. I put in a formal inquiry about how Ottawa might be able to strengthen the notification that we give to residents around vicious dogs when there's a safety issue. I shared some information about that on my website. But I also wanted to just remind folks, please keep your dogs on leash when you're along the Trans-Canada Trail, when you're in a park, unless it's a designated off-leash area. And even if it is a designated off-leash area in a park, you still need to have your dog under your control, and you need to keep your animal away from playgrounds and areas where there might be kids playing and so on. So usually there's rules posted at the park and signage, so please make sure you're aware of that and respecting the rules there. If you live near Abbott and Tall Tree, or maybe if your kids go to École Jean-Paul II, or maybe if you just like to walk your dog in that area, construction starts on Monday on the new PXO, the pedestrian crosswalk at Abbott and Tall Tree, to improve safety for people who are crossing the road there. A lot of you may have noticed the new signage that went up a little further north on Stittsville Main at Holy Spirit School for automated speed enforcement. This is a new speed camera coming. They have to post the signs. I can't remember if it's 60 days or 90 days in advance of the camera being activated, but it's coming soon. And these speed cameras, reminder, are in effect at all times of the day, not just school hours, which makes sense because speeding is a safety issue 24/7. We have some seniors' homes nearby. Even after hours and weekends, there are kids and other groups that use the school, and it's really not safe if you're going above the posted speed limits. So thank you for respecting the posted speed limits and slowing down. This is a time of year where I know a lot of you are looking at expanding your driveway. Perhaps you want to add a little bit more extra space. Just be aware of the rules. There are some zoning restrictions and other city rules. There's information on my website, or if you go to ottawa.ca and search for driveways, you will find it there. Just check before you go and put a lot of investment into that. Why do we have rules around driveways? Because if we eliminate driveways, it can affect stormwater management. Street beautification is an issue. It removes on-street street parking, and there's also accessibility issues. If there's cars parked in front of front doors, it can impede access, for example, paramedics in case there's ever an emergency. So that's why there's rules around it. City of Ottawa is reminding people again to stay off of sports fields because they are too wet. They are not yet open for soccer or baseball. They will be open soon if we get a little less rain in the next week or so, but please stay off them for now. I want to say another big thank you to everyone who is participating in cleaning the Capitol events over the past few weekends and this weekend. If you've done a cleanup, send us a photo of your group. We're trying to collect some photos here in Stittsville, and thank you to everybody for volunteering. The park run happens today, so good luck to all the park runners. Starts at 9 a.m. on the Trans-Canada Trail a little further east from here near Granite Ridge. So good luck to the park runners. That'll be every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I mentioned my Jane's Walk. That's good. Two shout outs, I guess. One is to Terry. Terry really enjoyed our trip using paratranspo, using the accessible cab the other day, part of the Ottawa Transit Riders Paratranspo Challenge. So thank you, Terry. And I want to give a shout out to Ray from Reread Used Books. Ray is fighting cancer in the middle of some treatment right now. So Ray, we're thinking of you, and thoughts are with you, and wishing you a full and speedy recovery. So best wishes to Ray and Trish and your whole family and everybody at Reread Used Books. All right, that's it for me. I hope you have a great weekend. Maybe I'll see you this afternoon, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for our discussion over at Equator around Jane's Walk. Hope you get out and walk around, explore the community today. And again, may the 4th be with you. Take care.